tell us a bit about what you see as the major challenges for a 3PL working in the temperature-controlled business today?
Sure. We noticed probably in late 2008 a big-time shift to buying behavior of our customers. By buying behavior, we used to get our orders over probably 2 weeks ahead of time a lot of times, and we've seen a lot of orders come over last minute, consolidated with other orders and the like. Primary reason for that is the shift in our economy and just the buying behavior. A lot of last minute orders, just a lot of uncertainty of when the order is going to come over. The economy's played a major role, no doubt, in the decision making of a lot of big shippers right now, and also of a lot of startup companies of how they're going to go to market each day. As a 3PL, you have to kind of predict what's going to happen in the market, especially with pricing, and make sure you're of the scale and size to grow with some of these big shippers. Scalability is a big time buzzword these days, but it is definitely evident in the marketplace. You have to move with the flow of business, and right now it's pretty quick, and some of the demands out there are pretty stringent. As you move over into food safety, the big issue there is making sure that product's safe going to the end user, as well it should be. Some of the big things there we've seen in the last couple of years is shippers want to know everything about the reefer units you're using, from the type of plugs in them. Are you using continuous? Are you pre-cooling 2 hours before you get to the place where you're picking up? And these all have a positive effect at making sure that food gets to market in a safe and uniform way. There's also a lot of government regulation which impacts refrigerated transport. Smart Way program, certainly. And also a lot of shippers want you to utilize equipment which is the most fuel efficient. Super singles is a big issue right now, maximizing your payload. Certainly all these things come at a cost. Getting the new equipment in place that can handle that, being able to understand the technologies that are out there to get to that level. All in all, these are the three big things in our business right now in refrigerated transport: the economy, food safety, and safety in general.
How about capacity and finding carriers? What type of trend are you seeing there?
Finding carriers, there's still plenty of good carriers in the marketplace. The big inhibitor there has been the buying behavior, I guess, of the end users. Probably 3 years ago you could round trip trucks and keep them in your loop, no problem. Now it's definitely a challenge. You definitely have to have a good information system in place to keep those trucks in the loop. And once you have a good carrier or two on different lanes, you definitely want to keep them in your loop. You definitely want to use good actors at all times. You want to make sure that they are doing these additional checks that most shippers require nowadays. Most shippers want you to call in and have the visibility on that shipment 3 times a day. Not only where it is, but what conditions in. Is it maintaining, like if it's a load of cheese, is it maintaining 34 to 38 degrees or whatever the requirement is at all times. So using good carriers, keeping them in the loop, finding good ones. There's a heavy price for poor service, so you want to make sure you're using good actors, that's for sure.
In terms of technology, are you seeing a lot of change in the types of units you have to have, the refrigeration units?
Good question. I think the big thing there is to make sure you have good preventive maintenance programs in place. We do get asked very frequently how old our units are. That seems to be an ongoing issue, but just make sure you're using continuous chilled units, getting them serviced regularly, getting them checked out regularly. That's a big deal.
And you have some assets yourself. You have a small fleet that you use?
Correct.
What's the advantage to you in that?
Well, with having approximately 25 trucks and about 60 trailers altogether, it does give you the ability to keep your ear close to the road, so to speak. In other words, what the drivers are going through on a daily basis, and also knowing with these different challenges in the marketplace what is possible with our current equipment and what we have to invest time into. You know, as a 3PL, we're the liaison between that shipper and the carrier. So you have to understand both sides of that, and I think we do as a result.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.